Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to my video where I explain about my app, GUI app, which I've made using Tkinter. Hi, my name is Alan Manu Jacob. I'm a CC Year 2 student in from Batswa University, Ras Al Khaimah. And let's begin. So this GUI app that I've created uses 7 different def functions, which is get questions function, start quiz function, result true function, result false function, finish quiz function, restart quiz function, and an update card function. So now I'm going to explain what each function does. Get questions function requests the response from the API and collects the data as per the parameters that I've given here, which is the amount of questions, which is 20, and the type, which is Boolean. Boolean means true or false, and it returns the data using a JSON file. And here I've given a variables to, and I've given here some empty variables and some value variables with value, so that I can call them within each function or whenever I want to modify my window. Now let's start with functions. Let's start with the second function, which is the start quiz function. So here, in every single function other than get question function and update functions, I've given a global variable for each. I've given each variable a global. I've made each variable a global variable, so that each function can call it on, like, within its function. So each function can call the variable in itself. So this is the start quiz. Start quiz. Sorry, function does is it starts the quiz when you will click on a button, and then it starts the quiz, and it removes certain elements from the screen so that you can start the quiz, which is the greeting label, start button, and the question, and the greeting label and the start button, and then it updates the card as well. Now let's move on to the result true. Result true function. What the result true function does is it sees the user input, and if the user input is true, the background color changes, and the user input is wrong, then the background color changes to depending on if it is true or false. And then in this, if the after the question has been attempted, not if, after the question has been attempted, the question gets removed from the question list, and it updates the question remaining. It decrements the value of question remaining by 1 after each question has been attempted. Now we move on to result false. In result false, it's basically the opposite of result true, which is if the answer of a question is false and the user selects false, the background color changes to whatever color the true is, whatever color the card has been given. For example, here I've given green, so the card will turn green. And if it's false, if the player has selected true, which the answer is incorrect for this function, the color of the card will turn red. And here we've also added a question list dot remove question. So yeah. Now moving on to finish quiz. So finish quiz function is basically when the user has attempted all the questions, it displays the correct answers and wrong answers and the score. So basically, correct answers is how many questions did the user answer correctly and how many questions did the user answer incorrectly, and the score is also shown right here. Question counter, feed correct answers, wrong answers, and then final score. Now with the restart quiz function, basically what it does is you can restart the quiz. So maybe you can play the quiz again from the start. Now update card function. This is the most important function in this code, as it updates the window after each user input. For example, after when the user clicks start button, it updates and displays the question and the true or false images. So once the user selects true, it updates If the user selects the right option, the card updates using this function to the color of the answer. If it's true, it turns green. If it's false, it turns red. Then here we have given an HTML because some elements have HTML encoding in them, so it's to unescape that. And this is my UI setup. This is for the Windows setup. Created a greeting label, a score label, question counter. This is a blank row to create space between the buttons and the card, and a card canvas, a card text, a start button, a true image and a true button, a false image and a false button, a restart button, and then this is to keep the window displayed. Let's see the output, shall we? This is where I've talked about the start quiz function, which is this, which is this. This is where when I click start quiz, the update function works here. So as I click an answer, if it's true, it turns green, as you can see, and the question changes because of a timer that I've given here. A timer of 400 milliseconds, which I've given so that the user can see if it's what do you say, what you call it, the if the user can see the next question within the time frame. Sorry, I had to make a little change there. And then same way, even if the answer is false, it'll still it. But the difference is, if the answer is false, the question won't append, but the question will still be decremented, even if the answer is false. So here, once we complete this, yeah, once we complete the quiz, this is the end screen basically. The finish quiz function is where it takes place here. So it shows the correct answers and the wrong answers, final score, and then here, once you click on restart quiz button, you can restart the quiz again. Then you finish the quiz again by doing your best, and then so in this, the one change that I could have done is add an end quiz button, but that was not possible as the end quiz button interfered with the start and the restart quiz button, and it also interfered with the overall window, the overall window of my app. So I did not add that. I mean, not it's not like I did not. I was not able to add that. So, for this video. Thank you and have a nice day.